Hi everybody, just thought I'd do a quick video, give my review on this new dash cam I've just purchased. It's going to be going in my Volkswagen Transporter T6 camper van. What really attracted me to this is the fact is they proclaim that don't need any extra wiring or anything like that, so it should be well easy to install and everything's all tucked in out of the way, so makes it pretty much invisible really once it's all done. Comes nicely packaged. I've took the lid off the box just to show you, and then inside the box is all the gear that came. I've took them out of the boxes. One box there, look, that box had the dash cam in it, and then another little accessories box just here which had the trim tool in it, and I've also got a filter in here somewhere, which is here, look. So as you can see, bought one of these filters, anti-glare filters. Takes out the sunlight, shades and everything, and makes it so your recordings come out a little bit clearer apparently. So obviously we'll see when we get it all together. So yeah, there's the unit I've just been talking about. So as you can see, there's a power on and off button on there, an adjustment button, but you can actually do all this via your phone once it's connected. And as you can see, it's basically a duplicate of your range sensor that's already up there, so you obviously swap that one, take that one out and swap out for this one. Incidentally, it's also got, if I should zoom in just there, a 64GB memory card in there, which is useful. As you can see, that's the lens of the camera, and obviously the filter I just talked about a minute ago, that filter clips onto the front of there once you've removed that blue protective cover. So yeah, we obviously have to connect up via the range sensor, as I told you, and basically what it is, cable's already here in place, so pretty much straightforward. Disconnect your range sensor that's up there at the minute, and then plug that end into where the range sensor was, and then inside here is where you'd click the range sensor in. So basically it's acting like a splitter, which is pretty handy, and obviously all that will tuck back inside of this recess here. The actual camera is tucked away down in there. Okay, so yeah, it looks pretty nifty. I'm going to go out now and have a go at installing it in the van. I'll come back to you shortly when we've done that, and then we'll go out and try it and see what it looks like and see what you think. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again shortly. Right then, everybody, back again. I'm up in the van now. I'm just going to work my way through installing this dash cam. So first thing I've just noticed, which is going to be useful for you to know, obviously you've got to split the casing, which I've already done, and I'll explain to you what you've got to be very careful of when we do this. If I can just get it in the right position to show you. It's got little plastic tabs, as you can see. There's one there, there's also one here, and the first one I decided to tackle was this one just on the inside, as you can see here. Now you've got to be very careful obviously, because if you just go at it like a bull in a china shop, you're going to end up breaking the tabs off, and that will be a bit of a disaster, won't it? So basically all I did there, if you just focus in to show you, that little bit on the end there, if you get a very thin bladed screwdriver like the one I've got in my hand here, and if you just slide the screwdriver underneath and just prise that upwards, just tilt it, just twist it up very gently, and at the same time put a bit of pressure on either side of these, you'll actually pull this back end apart. That now is going to make it for the front end, because there's another clip down inside there. Okay, and as I said, these two here. So basically then what I did, turned it over. Obviously imagine that's obviously still back together, as you can see. There's a clip there, look, there's the other clip here. Okay, that was the other clip there. Okay, so get that one apart, pull this slightly apart, and then the trim tool that they've give you, if you just put that trim tool, as you can see, it's got a nice sharp edge on the end of it. If you pop that trim tool just into the top in that gap and just twist it, it'll just click, and obviously you've got the two pieces in two halves. Okay, so that's obviously how you're going to do it. As you can see, Now it's all open, you can see the cameras there just inside, all tucked away, look. Okay, right, now another dilemma on this, which I'm now going to have a look at and work out what I've got to do, because as you can see, I just get that back together roughly. This is obviously got to go just up there. Now, because I've had my van completely transformed and converted, my camper van company, my conversion was done by Vision Tech down in Essex, London way. Done an absolutely brilliant job. As you can see, the actual rain sensor seems to disappear up behind that headline in there. So but also what I can see, as you can see there, it's got split there, and it also splits there. And then when I offer up the rain sense, the dashcam rain sensor I've got here, as you can see, then I'm not actually sure where it's, how far back it's got to go or where it's got to go. But what I'll do, I'll have a play about with it, and I shall come back to you in a minute, hopefully explain the next step. I'll see you again shortly, and thanks for watching. Right, everybody, back again. I'll just show you how I've got to where I am with the next stage of this. It is a bit fiddly, and you've got to take your time, otherwise you're going to end up breaking the tabs off, and you're going to get yourself in all sorts of problems. As you can see, rain sensor is all up there on the actual windows, as you can see. Issue is getting this piece off here. So let me just recap where we're at with it. So as you can see, this splits. As I say, mine's a 2018 plate Transporter, so I don't know if you've got an early version whether it's any different. I wouldn't know. But this is for the 2018. As you can see, that was all up on the windscreen in situ. Okay, now the first thing to actually get this to split, you need to get this piece I've got holding between my thumbs and my fingers, to get that bit off. Basically what I found was, you want to unclip it, all of it, the whole unit, from the actual windscreen first. So if I just try and show you what I'm saying there. So as you imagine, all of this piece here was actually up here, and it's got, basically it clips onto this thing that's mounted on the windscreen itself. That's what it's mounted off, and you'll see if I just tilt it forward, as you can see there, look, there's 4 lugs, like spring-loaded lugs. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're spring-loaded, and they clip into those recesses up there. So to get the whole unit from the window, basically all I did was got the trim tool that they'd got, inserted, slide these 2 forks behind it, press down nice and steady, and you'll feel the springiness in it, and then all of a sudden it will pop. And basically the whole of the unit then, which is that bit, which is still attached at that point. Obviously I've split it already, so I'm going to explain that next. So where them two are both joined together, all of this lot will just drop down off your window. Now the next bit you got to do is get this piece off. Okay, and as you can see, it's got one little tab there, look, one there, and then obviously a duplicate on the opposite side. Now what you need to do again, get yourself one of these little tiny thin bladed screwdrivers. If I can just get in there and show you where it is. And there are little tabs which are, just trying to focus where they are. Like you say, if I got an head cam, this would be so much easier, but bear with me, I haven't got one. So as you can see, there's little tabs just there, look, and what you need to do, you need to get your screwdriver, slide it in behind those, just in there, look. If you slide up screwdriver behind that little tab there, just ease the tab out and gently prise it apart, and it will unclip. And there's one on this side as well, just down inside. You'll see it just about there, sticking out just slightly, look, in the middle of the screen. Just get your screwdriver behind that, you'll see what I'm saying if you decide to go down this route, and that will just come apart. And then basically the bit that I've just lost on the floor down here somewhere, I'll come back to you in a minute and show you where we're at next. Right everybody, back again, and now as I say, we need to be taking this piece off the actual main range sensor itself. Now to do that, what I've figured out here and what I've done, I'll just twist it round and just show you. It's just got spring loaded tabs on this. So basically, if you can see where my finger's pointing to, just there, look, where my finger's pointing, right there. You get your finger behind that one, and then the one on the other side as well. If you just get your thumb and your fingers on either side of that, pull it outwards, away from each other, and then press it down. And basically, this piece here, put your thumb on that one, and put your finger on the one on the opposite side, which is there, look. Pull those two, pull that one and that one slightly apart, and at the same time press downwards, and this unit, this will slide off, and then you've got it off, and then you'll be ready to do the install. And basically that's without breaking the tabs, but you do have to take your time. I've managed to get them off. I'll come back to you shortly, show you where I'm at next. Hi everybody, back again. Just explain to you how you're going to get the main range sensor, which is obviously here. This has obviously got to get back onto that connection at the top of your screen on the glass there. And as you can see, if I just point up there, there's the 4 little spring loaded clips. There's 2 on each side. Okay, what you have to do is offer it up, and as you've offered it up, you need to offer these so these clips are slightly round to where I'm pointing, just about there, because there's a recess there, and that you can push all 4 up into the recesses. There's a recess there, there's one round here, and same on the opposite side. Push them up. Once it goes up, and what you do is get the whole unit, get your finger and your thumb on it very carefully, and you need to then twist it round anti-clockwise. So you're twisting it sort of away from you, sort of round, obviously way over to the passenger side. If you press that round, what it'll happen is these clips will go across that way on all of them, so the whole lot is twisting, and where it twists there's a recess there, look, and it locks in behind that lug. So now that's back on there nice and tight and snug. So it's a twist fit basically, and that's where we're at now. And obviously now we've got to go about, we need to disconnect this top sensor, because that's the one that you're going to be feeding off. So we're going to disconnect that next, and then we're going to connect the new one to it. Back again shortly. Hi everybody, back again. So the next step obviously is to take the range sensor power lead out, which is this one here. Now when it's up inside the socket, if I just twist it and show you, you can see the actual little terminals need to be facing, they're facing upwards, nearest to your windscreen. And it's got like a little, on the end of where my thumb is, if you have a look, you see there's a little like plastic tab sticking out. Now that tab's got nothing to do with anything, I don't think. It's just for reference, so you know what I'm saying. So basically, if you put your screwdriver where my finger and thumb is, why it's up in that socket up there, if you put your screwdriver just very gently underneath the edge of it and twist and gently pull it, you'll find it just pops out. So that comes out all right, which is that one. And then basically that one now, you're going to, the one off the new dash cam that you've got, which is this one dangling down here, look, that's going all the way up. And just put that one into the socket up there. And then this one here is going to be connecting into there, look, where my thumb is. So that's the one that's come on your dash cam. That's like the splitter cable. So pretty straightforward that one will be. So that's going to go into there. All right, so I'll do that next. Come back to you again and very shortly. So as you can now see, I've now plugged the original cable, the power cable to the sensor. That's now gone into this splitter. As you can see, that's pushed in there. You'll see it only goes in one way, so clip that in. Okay, and then up there in the top, right up in the top there where I'm pointing to, that's where you've clicked into the rain sensor itself. Okay, so in theory now that should all be connected. So that's like the Y shape there, as you can see, that's coming down, and then it's coming down onto your camera. Then what you want to do, just to be sure, because obviously the next step is we're going to hopefully now clip all this back in place, so just make sure you've got power to it. So basically put your key in, turn your ignition on, and hopefully then if you've got power, you'll see there, look, you got the lights flashing on and off. So hopefully all well and good at the moment. Back again shortly, and I'll start clipping it back together and talk you through what I've done there. Okay, speak to you soon. Okay everybody, right, ready to put the casing back together. So next thing you've got to work out is, that's the one that's come for your cam. Obviously the one I've got in my hand here is the one I've taken off, and as you can see, the one that's come in the box has got all these segments on it, and obviously they've made it so it's interchangeable for probably different vehicles. You're going to have to measure this to make it fit back up there where them wires are, because that's got to sit flush with your headlining. Now what I've worked out here, if you have a look where I'm pointing down here, look, you can see there's this long slotted piece of plastic, and this also aligns with, in the original one down there, look, the long piece of slotted plastic that slides up this groove here. If I can just point to it, that goes up, that's going to slide up that slot there, as you can see. So before we can put the new casing on, we're going to have to get a little junior hacksaw, which will be no problem, and basically work along these segments just on here. And I think from when I've offered it up, obviously mine's a 2018 plate, so that's a T6. If yours is a different model, obviously you're going to have to work it out for what you need to do. So as you can see, those little slots there, if I sort of align that slot there with the one that's on the new casing, which will be that one there, so if I run them sort of side by side, as you can see what I'm doing, and then line it up. As I say, I wish I'd got a head cam for this camera, it would make life so much easier, but I'm doing the best. But I have to apologise for that, but you'll see what I'm saying. So if I line that back up, you can see, look there, put that there now, and basically it comes, from what I've worked out, it's the actual third one along. So where you can see on these segments, 1, 2, it's the third segment. So basically you just need to get a junior hacksaw, just cut through that plastic and up here, and then the same on the other half just here, look. Okay, so obviously I'll still be able to do it a bit more fiddly while it's sort of hanging there, as long as I don't pull on the wires. But if I'd have known that before, obviously before I connected all the wiring up, I'd have cut them off. But hey-ho, I'll go and get the hacksaw now, trim them off, and come back to you and show where we're at. Speak to you soon. Hi everybody, back again. Right, so as you can see, all we need, little junior hacksaw like this one here with a little fine blade in it. Okay, I've done what I just said in the last time I spoke to you about cutting it off at the third segment. I've offered it up, and it actually fits a treat. There it is. It's back in place. So that's on the driver's side, and then obviously the one with the camera on is still dangling. So as I say, I just flipped it round. As you can see, look, just got my hacksaw, just matter of seconds just to trim that, 'cause it's only plastic, little thin plastic, and it's also got the grooves marked out where you need to cut, so you haven't even got to work out an angle or anything. It's already been pre-done. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. I'm happy with that. So anyway, that one's done. So now just the final fiddly part. I'm going to have to get this, offer it up to the other side, as I said to you. Where you see my thumb now, look, that slot there is going to slide up the groove around the other side of this rain sensor, and then hopefully realign the little plastic tabs and clip it in place, and we shouldn't be far off. And then the only other thing I've got then is to got this little filter to put on. As I said, that's just to get rid of any shadows and glare. Apparently they recommend if you put that on, better on than not having it on. So that'll be the last thing I clip onto it. But what I shall do, I'll when the weather picks up, and you can see outside there, it's getting dark now, blowing a gale, and it's not looking that healthy out there. So yeah, I'm in the right place sitting in here doing this. Lighting, I've got some light there to figure it out. So yeah, I shall go ahead and just clip these two halves back together, and then obviously when the weather picks up, I'll get out and try it, and I'll come back and show you the results. And also I'll do some videos with the lens filter on and with the lens filter off, and we'll see ourselves what the difference is and whether it's worth spending the 20 quid for the little filter. Okay, catch you again soon. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Hi everybody. Right, so another way I found it slightly easier, whether you want to take this on board, is I found by fit the casing that hasn't got the camera in first on the driver's side. Slide it up the slot that I just talked about, which is, as you can see, what I'm pointing to there, the one on the opposite side. Slide this casing up that slot, get it in position, and then get your wire and slide it round the other side of the camera. If I just show you, and tuck your coupling thing in the top corner, look, and push the cables all in there, because that's the easier way to do it. You can see it quite easily doing it that way. And then run the cable for the actual that's going to actually join to the camera section. Get the phone to camera. Slide that down the back, round the back of the mirror, look. Come round here underneath the bottom. And then this last little bit, we'll tuck it away in here. And also as well, by doing it from this side, it gives you a reference point where the little plastic tabs are, look. You can see there's a little plastic tab there and a plastic tab here, and there's one up in the top there, look. So they're the three that we're going to latch onto. There's also another little plastic tab up there, look, as well, and they're all going to correspond with, there's a tab there, just show it yet there, look, and then the other ones are just round underneath the back of the camera. There's one just down here, I believe, and one just a bit further along. Obviously they're going to line up, so it's a bit fiddly. Could possibly do with two people, really. Get somebody around in the driver's side now and obviously put their hand on that to try and hold it, but I ain't got that luxury at the minute, so I'll have to fiddle along with it, and hopefully on the home straight, let's crack on and see if I can just clip that back together. Anything I come across while I'm doing it, I'll come back to you and tell you. I'll speak to you again shortly. Right then, back again, and finally got it in place. Literally, that probably took me no more than a couple of 3 minutes tops. It's just a little bit fiddly. Basically what you tend to do is, let's get a light round here just to show you. Obviously this side you've already pushed into place, and then this side basically just gently bring it across and line it up. Just make sure them cables though ain't getting trapped anywhere in there, so just make sure you've got them routed okay. Do it similar to like I told you. It's worked quite well for me. And then if you get yourself so your head is across towards where your gear stick is in your vehicle, and you can actually look up this side here that I've actually got my hand on, you can bring that in towards it, and you can actually see where the slot is, and you can line up these. If you look at all these little grooves here, which are like air vents, as you can see, look, if you can line them up as you're bringing it across, you virtually match made in heaven, really. It'll just line itself up, and then once you've just got it somewhere near, just double check all around that it's where it's supposed to be, and then all you need to do is just clip it together, which I've done, and as you can now see, so all good and dusted. So yeah, right, as I say, now the next job is to download the app off the website of this company who've had this camera off, and then get that loaded on your phone, and then we'll go through the instructions of getting it all paired up and working. Whether I'll get that done now tonight, as you can see, it's looking pretty dismal and dark out there now, so I'll probably get this next bit done tomorrow, and then I'll come back and speak to you all then. Bye for now. Hi everybody, back again. As carrying on from yesterday, as you can see, I've now got the dash cam all installed. Just run through these two buttons on the left hand side. As you can see, the top button there is the power on and off, and the one below it you can see with a little picture of a camera on it is if you want to take a snapshot of whatever it is you're looking at. Slight inconvenience is the fact that the way it's been designed, this unit, whether it's obviously for left-hand drive vehicles, not sure, but obviously being a right-hand drive, these are over on your passenger side. But, however, on saying that, the buttons that you're looking at, the power is not of relevance really, because when you turn your ignition on anyway, the camera automatically powers up, and as far as taking a snapshot photograph, you've only got to just slide your hand up the left hand side of the unit, and you can feel where that recess is anyway. Just if you needed to take a snapshot for any reason, you could just press that, job done. Or if you've got the actual phone connected to it, what you've got on your dashboard, which I'll go through with you in a moment, you can take a snapshot photo from there. So I'll be back with you in a few seconds, show you what I'm on about as far as setting up how I set it up the Wi-Fi and connected the camera to the phone via the app. Hi everybody, back again to give you a bit more information about this dash cam fitted in the Volkswagen Camper T6. As you can see, I'm now over in the driver's seat. Really pleased with this install. Looks neat, looks tidy. Apart from my opinion, yes, it is very fiddly, so you do need a little bit of gumption when you fit in one of these. It's not as easy as it makes out, but hey, I've done my best, and that's my interpretation of it. As you look at this side here now, as you can see up in the top corner, it's where I'm pointing there, got a 64 gigabyte SIM card in there. That comes with it already, so that's an added bonus. So basically what happens, once you turn your ignition on, this unit automatically starts recording, and you can go into the settings and set the duration of how long you want to record. I'll just show you that very shortly. So basically what happens, each one of them recordings is stored on that SD card up there. So at any point then, when you connect your camera to it, you can connect your camera to it as and when you like, or where you're driving along if you want, it's up to you. But you can just leave it running away merrily, and if you do want to review any footage, then obviously connect your camera to it, pull down the videos, which I'll show you very shortly, and yeah, it's all there for you to view. So so basically I've got my camera here on the dashboard. Just get the best possible view for you to show you. Okay, click on there, look, as you can see that little blue square in the middle of the dashboard there, Fitcamx. It's dead straightforward. You can go on to Google Play, or there is a downloadable barcode on the box, and you can download it from there. That will let you download the app, so go ahead and obviously do that. Load that on your phone. Once you've loaded it, you need to go into your Wi-Fi settings on your phone, obviously, which would be down here in the settings. And then bearing in mind, when you're in the settings, I've already connected mine up to it, so once you've got that connected, it'll come up telling you that it's connected itself. And once you've got that, come back out, then go into your Fitcamx. I'll bring that up, and as you can see, there it is, and it's already there, automatically filming what it can see outside. As you can see, if you read the text below, the quality of the live video is adjusted to give you the best experience, so this does this automatically. As I said to you, there is a filter here that I've got, so I'll just show you. Got that little filter to put on at some point, but what I should do in the filter, basically, it's got some of this 3M sticky tape on there, so you obviously peel that white sticky tape off and very carefully position it on the front of your camera, which is obviously up there at the front. I can show you just around there, barely can see it just about, and then pop that on there. And that's also got a bit of a swivel on it from what I've been told. So basically, once you've actually got it on, swizzle it left to right on your with your thumb and your finger when it's up in place on your camera. That will slightly adjust the picture for you to get the best possible view. From what I've been told, it actually gets rid of, I'll come back to this video on here, if you look at the very bottom of the picture there, you can see a slight reflection of the heater vents just on the below part of my dashboard, look. So it just seems to get rid of some of them. Obviously, when it's really bright day sunshine, they might be worse than they are, but I think you get that on any video, on any dash cam. But apparently the filter sort of makes this less noticeable. So yeah, so anyway, going back to the camera, okay, what you've got on here, if you look on there, you've got the camera all set up, okay, and if you look down in the bottom corner, which is just over there, we've got the camera settings. So click that, and then basically it goes into what you've what all your settings are. So if I just go down and show you on here, so you can see there, you've got your speaker volume, you can turn on the sound recording, which is the blue dot at the top, look, turn it on or off, so why wouldn't you want sound on it? So yeah, that's obvious, put that on, have it on full sound. Resolution, got mine set at 1920 and 1028, if you look there. That's the most common format that videos go on when you're doing them on YouTube or anywhere like that, so just got it on that. As you can see, loop resolution, loop recording duration, got that set at 3 minutes. If you click on that, where are we? Let's have a look. And you can change that, as you can see, on 1, 3, 5 minutes. Yeah, so 3 minutes is more than enough. Depends what you want to do with it, I suppose. So yeah, then you've got next one down, got time watermark, so you want that on obviously because it will put the time and date on your screen. Collision sensing, you've got low, so if you're getting some sort of collision, when the camera's in recording mode, it will automatically lock the current video when an impact is detected. And then you've also got parking mode, but not all models have this function. You have to please check your video, check your product introduction, apparently. Parking guard. So they're the things that does anyway. So just gives you an insight. Back to there, I'm quite pleased with what that's showing up on there. That looks pretty good to me. And then if you drop down to the bottom again, this is where it captures your video files. So as I said, up in there, it's got the 64 gig about SIM cards, so everything's going on there. Once that gets completely full, then it will start over recording the one that was done first. Okay, so come back down here where it says camera file, click on that, and as you can now see, it's on loop. If you want to take a snapshot, you just click that where it says snapshot at the top, and it will instantly, basically, that will be the snapshots that you've taken when you've done a snapshot of something. So basically, if you click snapshot, you can see I did that earlier, and it just loads them all in there. So all those still images will be in there where it says snapshot. Obviously self-explanatory. You've got one that says on it not locked, and then obviously anything that was in the parking. So if anything happens while it was parked, if your van's got that facility, I think basically you needs to be so that the power to the camera is on all the time. So I don't think I've got that on my van, but I'm not really that fussed about that. So yeah, so that's where that is. So if you go back to loop, there's all your recordings it's done. These are what it's done probably in the last few minutes while I've been sitting in the car, 3-minute intervals. Look, so I've been messing around in here now probably for the last half an hour. So there's what there, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, there's 14 snapshots in there, all 3 minutes long. And then going back to yesterday when I installed it, it's quite a good look. It puts the dates in there as well. So they were what you did, these are what I did yesterday. And then it also shows you which ones you've downloaded. So any that you click on, it will give you the option. So if I go on there and just click on, say, that one, as you can see, it's now showing me that clip from last night, depending what it is. And then obviously if you actually want that, basically wait for it to click on the download button just below, and that will download it. So that's where it goes, and then straight across the other side, dead easy, you've got delete, so you can whiz through them and delete them all out, get rid of whatever you don't want. Okay, that will just keep the that's going to keep the SIM card so it don't get overloaded. They do recommend in the instructions that you every 2 or 3 months you need to have a look through the SIM card and reformat it, just to keep it fresh and running right, so you don't get bogged down and groggy. So yeah, so basically, as I said to you, if we just go back out of that now, come back out, press the arrow at the top, click it again, and then now you're back into live view. And then basically, if I just flip my phone on sideways, that's giving me a full view of what's kicking off outside my van, which I think is quite good. I'm really pleased with that. But I did buy as well, changing the subject slightly. I went onto Amazon, bought one of these magnetic top K phone holders. Work perfectly for this particular vehicle, because obviously some cars and vans have got different size vents, and the beauty of this one, the bit that hooks through the top of the vent and with a little hook on the back of it is made of metal. So basically when you tighten it up, unlike some of them which are made of plastic, when you've tightened it up it stops where it's supposed to stay. Some of the other ones, basically when you've tightened them up, plastic starts to flex, and then all of a sudden the little hook on the back snaps off. So yeah, I think that cost me about £6, which is and then the magnetic plate to that, basically you just pop that in back of your phone case or glue it to the back of your phone case, whichever you want to do, and it's there and it's stuck on. So yeah, so as I say, really pleased with what we've got. I shall be going out and doing a bit of driving, have a look at what it shows us, and then as I said before, I will be putting that little filter on, and then I'll come back and show you what the difference is without the filter and then with the filter. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this has been of some use to you, and bye for now.